It's that time of year, guys. YouTube have just announced a lot of updates that are coming to their platform in 2026. And in today's video, I'm going to break down what they are, but most importantly, how you can use them to grow and earn more money. By the way, this video is sponsored by Storyblocks. More on them later. Okay, we have to talk about, in my opinion, the most seismic update that has come to YouTube in a long time, specifically for creators who either currently work with brands or want to work with brands. I know I tend to be dramatic, guys, but I am not over-exaggerating when I say that this update is huge. So listen up. This update is called Dynamic Brand Integrations. And essentially, it will allow creators to mark slots in their videos where ads or brand sponsorship segments can be added or removed. Now, if that doesn't quite make sense straight away, then don't worry. Let me break it down.
Let me explain.
Up until now, how a brand partnership has worked on YouTube is a creator will work with a brand to promote their product or service. They'll do this by talking about that brand for a few minutes in the middle of their video. And once that video is live, that's it. Even if the brand partnership has run its course, even if the sponsored segment only needed to be included for a year, that didn't matter because at the end of the day, once the video had gone live on the creator's YouTube channel, there wasn't anything they could do about that sponsored segment still being included. What this update will allow creators to do is completely change that. So you'll be able to sell sponsored segments within your videos and then dynamically remove them or replace them at a later date. This will allow your brand deals to not only be more flexible, but should also allow you to earn more money. Because think about it, right? Let's say you're working with a brand and they want to sponsor a YouTube video. Once this update has been released, which it should be released to creators in 2026, you'll be able to negotiate how long that sponsored segment will stay in your video. So if a brand was like, well, I want it to be in your video forever, then you'd be able to charge more money for that. Whereas previously, that was just kind of a given and that was included. Versus if a brand says, well, we only want to have that sponsored segment in your video for 6 months, you could then remove that sponsored segment after 6 months and sell that segment to someone else. It's mind-blowing. Now, a few things to note about this one. First of all, if you're a podcaster, this might not sound so groundbreaking because this is actually a system that a lot of podcast networks already use. So it's tried and it's tested. The other thing to flag though, and maybe this is just a personal thing that I'm going to have to grapple with, when I do sponsored segments in my video, they kind of flow with the broader video. So in this video, I'm going to do a sponsored segment and it's going to be filmed in the same session. I like to have that continuity throughout the video because I think it makes the segment just fit a lot better. If I was then going to switch out that sponsored segment of my video for another sponsored segment in 5 years' time, I do just think about the continuity. I'm not going to look the same. I'm not going to be wearing the same thing. I might not be filming the same space. So it will feel a lot more like an ad. Like the ads that you see in the middle of YouTube videos already. They're called mid-roll ads, right? It's going to feel a lot more like a mid-roll ad. And you could argue that that won't work as well and it might not land as well with your audience. So maybe you won't be able to charge as much when you're swapping in segments for old videos in the future. But on the other hand, it might make these native sponsored segments, the ones that fit seamlessly, maybe you can charge those at a premium. There are a lot of maybes and question marks in the air because we don't know how the industry is going to respond to this just yet. But regardless of how they respond, this is going to open up some incredible monetization opportunities for creators. So I'm very excited about that update. All right, I'm just going to swing right into my next favorite update. I'm not intentionally doing these in order. I'm just going with the vibe, you know? What am I most excited to talk about? That's what I'm talking about next. This one is called collaborations. Now, I think I've actually spoken about this before. I've actually known about this update for a little while. Got the inside scoop earlier on this year. And I have been really excited to be able to talk about it with you guys. Essentially what this update does is allow you to upload a video in collaboration with another creator, which would mean that the video would appear on both your channel and on the other creator's channel. It's very similar to Instagram's collaboration feature where you can upload a post and it will appear on 2 different channels. So basically with this update, you'd be able to co-post a video to up to 5 different channels, which feels like a lot, but you know, that's a good thing. The video will then show up on each of their channels and each of the creators involved will have their own subscribe button. So if someone sees the video and they want to subscribe to anyone included in the video, they can go ahead and do that. The really important thing to note about this feature is that one channel will be the one who retains the analytics, the revenue through YouTube AdSense, all of that stuff, it will go to one channel and that channel will be the one who uploaded the video in the first place. So whilst this is an incredible feature and it really drives this push towards creators being collaborators again, which I've been harping on about for ages, because those were like the glory days of YouTube where people would collaborate with others and then gain like 1 million subscribers overnight. Bring those days back, right? It's going to make us seeing the benefits of collaborating so much easier when we're able to use this tool. But there still needs to be one person who's kind of driving the collaboration, because otherwise there might be some confusion as to who gets to retain the money earned from that video, right? In my head, it feels pretty simple. It's like the person who came up with the concept and who's like organizing the video production, they're the one who should upload the video. But just keep that in mind, because I don't want anyone to be arguing over this, you know? All right, before we talk about the next update, let's talk about a very important tool that we should all be utilizing if we want to create better YouTube content. And that tool is Storyblocks. For those of you who don't know, Storyblocks is a stock media subscription service which provides you with unlimited access to millions of images, videos, templates, sound effects, special effects, all the effects, basically anything you would ever need in order to take your video to the next level. I like to say that Storyblocks is like your favorite creator's best kept secret, because a lot of the time when you're watching a YouTube video and you're thinking, how is this person getting such incredible shots? Those shots weren't actually captured by that creator. They were sourced through Storyblocks. For example, my team was recently creating a piece of content for one of our clients for my social media marketing agency. And the feedback that we got from the client is that they wanted to have an introduction to the video that felt very professional, very slick, right? It was for a corporate piece of content. The second they provided that feedback, I thought to myself, say less. All I had to do was go to Storyblocks, look at the video templates, sort through them and find the ones that I thought the client would respond well to. And then our video editors were able to use that template directly inside Premiere Pro, because you can integrate Adobe's Creative Cloud with your Storyblocks. And we're able to level up the video and implement the client's feedback literally in like 20 minutes. Now, some important things to know about Storyblocks is when you sign up, you get unlimited downloads at one set monthly cost. So you don't have to worry about pay-per-click pricing or anything like that. You'll know exactly how much you need to spend every single month in order to get unlimited access to millions and millions of stock media. In addition to this, when you use Storyblocks, you get the benefits of clear-cut licensing. So you don't have to worry about copyright claims, legal claims, anything like that. You'll know that every single piece of stock media you are getting through Storyblocks, you are able to use. So you can actually get 3 entire months for free of Storyblocks when you join via their annual plan. Go to storyblocks.com/Jade Beeson or click the link in my description to take full advantage of this offer. Okay, next update is all about auto dubbing with lip sync. So I'm really curious to know if you guys have heard of any of these updates already, or I just want to hear your thoughts of them. So make sure you leave me some comments, because I love going through them for these types of videos. Love it. This update essentially allows you to speak another language. Like, I know that sounds like a silly explanation, but that is genuinely what it's helping you do. When you use this feature, you will be able to change the language that you are speaking in your videos using AI. Not only that, YouTube will sync your lip movements so that it naturally looks like you're speaking another language. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of creators have been dubbing their content for years, but they've been doing it a very manual, very expensive way, where they've been hiring teams to do dub overlays over their content so that people who speak other languages can understand what they're saying without just having to relying on the subtitles. That's been a thing for a while. What this does is provide a cost-effective way of you translating your content, but also a visually effective way, right? I can't be the only one who absolutely hates the audio dubbing when they're watching a show on Netflix that's been filmed in another language. I can't stand it because the lip movements aren't syncing and it just throws me off and it pulls me out of the storyline. So I just end up reading the subtitles instead, right? It's the exact same feeling that other people would have if they were watching your content that had been dubbed but not lip synced. You won't have to have this problem anymore. I think that one's really exciting for anyone who creates content that is applicable to people from various countries around the world, because it's allowing our content to be more global, and I find it difficult to see a bad side of that, you know? So that's a really exciting one to keep an eye out for. Next up, A/B thumbnail and title testing. I have actually spoken to you guys about this one before. I do like to give you guys a heads up. As soon as I'm allowed to tell you guys about an update, I tell you. So if you've not already subscribed to this channel or you haven't turned on your notifications, now's your chance to do so, because I give you this information as soon as it's available. So for those of you who are not up to date on my videos and therefore don't know about this update, essentially what this does is allows you to test up to 3 variations of your titles and up to 3 variations of your thumbnails in each of your videos. I have actually been using this feature for quite a while now. It's been really enlightening and it's helping me get to a deeper understanding of what people people really respond to when it comes to my thumbnails and my titles. My number one tip for anyone who's going to utilize these features, and I do recommend that you use these features, is to try and only change one variable in between each of the things that you're testing. That's actually the traditional way of running an A/B test, because by changing one variable, it allows you to get clear data on the impact of changing that one variable. Whereas if you change the entire thumbnail each time, the photo's different, the words are different, the background's different, everything's different, right? It's hard for you to pinpoint why one of those thumbnails performed better than the others, right? So you're kind of rolling the dice each time you create a thumbnail or you create a title. If you just change one variable at a time, it becomes a lot easier for you to... What are you doing? Oh, it's my dog behind me. If you just change one variable at a time, it becomes a lot easier for you to isolate what part of your thumbnails and titles are working versus which parts aren't. Another new update is called auto-generated shorts. This update allows YouTube to automatically create shorts from your longer form content, which seems like an obvious one that, now that I think about it, doesn't seem overdue, but just kind of makes sense, because people have been trying to find ways to repurpose their long form YouTube content for years now. So the fact that you'll now be able to do this within the same platform, that's YouTube, just seems right. Just makes sense, doesn't it? So how it basically works is YouTube will sort through your long form video and it will find the most engaging parts using AI, and it will cut those parts into shorts. Now, the good news is that from there, you are able to still edit and tweak the short before you actually go ahead and post it. This is really important because even though it's amazing that it's going to find the best part of your video to cut down into a short, I always say not to just rely on that and to spend some time in post-production, because it's rare that a snippet from your long form video is going to blow up and be viral and be super, super successful on its own. It usually needs some tweaking in order to make sure that it's actually an effective short, right? All right, so the last update that I want to talk to you about, which is a big one, is the updates coming to live stream. There's quite a few that comes under this umbrella, so let's just run through them. One is called practice mode, which basically allows you to practice going live, and it provides like a mock chat function so that you're able to pretend like you're responding to a chat. You're able to see what it looks like when chat messages come through and just get more familiar and comfortable with the interface before you actually go live. If you're watching this right now and you've never gone live on YouTube because the idea scares you a bit, I would love to know if this mock chat feature would make you feel better or not. Like, I'm really keen to know. Let me know in the comments. In addition to this, you are now able to go live when you are reacting to another creator's live stream. YouTube will also auto-generate clips from your live stream once you're done, which is a really, really interesting one, actually. I'd love to see what that one looks like in practice, so watch this space. They've also added vertical live streams, which, to be fair, they added a while ago, but now they are automatically discoverable during the shorts feed. So think like TikTok, when you scroll on TikTok and then the odd live will pop up, that can now happen on YouTube as well, which is great because one of my biggest pet peeves with YouTube Live has been the discoverability. So hopefully that'll be less of an issue now. These updates will also allow you to stream horizontally and vertically at the same time with one unified chat. I'm going to try this one because I've been going live recently. She says it's only been once. I am going to go live more regularly though, moving forward, and I want to test that out. Because hopefully you get the benefits of your vertical stream being discoverable in the shorts tab, whilst you're also benefiting from like the normal interface of the horizontal stream. I'm not sure. I'm going to test that one out and I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so those are, in my opinion, the biggest updates coming to YouTube in 2026. Let me know in the comments how you feel about these updates. I would love to hear your opinions. Do not forget that you can get unlimited access to stock media downloads at one set price when you head to storyblocks.com/Jade Beeson, or you visit the link in my description. If you feel like hanging around, I recommend watching this video. It's all about workflows. So if you've ever wondered, how do people create content so consistently and how do they do it in a way that seems easy? It's because they've got a good creator workflow. So watch that video and I'll help you build your own. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I can't wait to see you in my next video.